hopefully trying to do this as fluid as I can as a one take. This is a live strategy guide to how to win pretty much in solos, duos, and fives. Um, I'm not going to be able to pull off some wins. I might be able to, but I'm just going to go over the basic strategy guides, must knows, and stuff on how to have a greater chance to win matches. So, first of all, if you're doing fives and duos, always make sure that you have someone that you can rely on that's either equal or better than you. Um, but I'm gonna try and do my best here, and at least hopefully I can give you guys some tips and tricks to help out with gameplay. So, the first little bit of information that I'm going to provide today is if you're in fives or duos or even singles, make sure that you know where you're dropping when you drop and where you want to drop, and you try to gain the best advantage off the bat. And I will do some examples when I get into the game here. So my personal strategy on like how to get looted really quick is get comfortable with as many guns as you can in the game. Make sure that you try to get nades, but if you can't, then I would say your best alternate for nades is picking up Molotovs, EMPs, and stuff like that, and probably even grabbing the crossbow. And for the most part, the further that you get into the center, the more chances that you're gonna have to have everybody move into you. So it's a good strategy to try and get as close to the center as possible, because you're gonna have more access to go further out towards the outside to the green, and then you also have more access to military crates, because the more military crates that you loot further into the center of the circle, the less military crates everybody else is going to be able to get. With drop crates, make sure that you grab weapons like the AR-15, Hellfire, and a shotgun. And my best tip with the shotguns is when you're in combat, don't ADS, use the third person. But with, depending on how far of a distance that you're shooting with the shotgun, that all depends up to you on if you feel more comfortable hitting a shot with the ADS, which is aim down sights. But majority of the time, doing strafing with the shotgun and third person aiming is going to get you the most shots off, and the more hits, the better that you are at aiming. But yeah, that's what I try to go for it as quickly as possible. But I'm gonna demonstrate when I drop in here. I'm gonna try and get a military crate right off the bat. I'm also gonna try and grab a vehicle as quick as I can. When I'm personally soloing fives or duos, I try to keep myself away from combat as much as possible, but that's not always a valid strategy. Let's see here. See the circle? All the little purple dots and purple dots around the map? there's a good amount of crates in each box around the map. So just remind yourself and try to remember all the places that you can get military crates, like on drop. I personally like trying to get military crates as fast as possible that are already down. Welcome to the live strategy guide here. I'm going to do my best here to... I won't be able to see any comments, but I will check comments later. Sucks that there's no military crate right near me. It's either back over that way or over here in this area. I've got 2 out of my 3 weapons that I usually like starting off with. Okay, I'll put the comments up then so I can see. Yeah, there we go. Let's see here. What can I do? I know my main priority right now, being I'm solo and duos, is I want to try and get as much ammo and stuff as I possibly can, get weapons I'm familiar with. I don't really personally like using pistols, but I like using the Hellfires, shotguns, and stuff like that, because that's what I feel more comfortable with than with the military crates and other stuff. Boots and that are also really good to have. Always search around quickly and try to move as fast as you can, because the more speed of doing everything and faster that you get looted up quick and have backup strats. Like, I'll store up on many different versions of ammo, like for Hellfire and stuff like that, because if I end up using like drop crates and weapons from military crates, if I kill someone, I can always back up and loot off of a person's body and try to get another weapon that's lower tier that I'm comfortable with and I can go for kills. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try and stick with what I get and just go from there. But another great place to make sure to try and get military crates is the churches and stuff, but they don't always spawn there. So they spawn in various different spots, but there's always multiple different areas that you can use. And knowing where your military crates are for sure is like a really good bet. Picking up bandages and med kits and is always good, because the more bandages you have, you can survive in the gas for longer. But I wouldn't use the bandages all that much. I would say more try to focus on using your med kits and saving your bandages, because they'll save you if you end up going into like deep gas because of how fast they are to pop. Another good strategy is when the circles are going in and you have combat, going outside of the circle like this, because once the timer starts and once it's gone to 0, and that it's pretty good to make sure of specific stuff. that's how we do that right there. Try to make sure to loot bodies because they come in handy. Always come in handy. And try to stay as calm as you can, because the more that you panic, the more that you're gonna slip up. You have to be comfortable, but always make sure that you know that there's always someone better at aiming, so you gotta make sure that you have the advantage majority of the time, because if you end up not having an advantage, you're gonna end up getting hit a lot more and taking a lot more damage. Knowing where to loot and where not to loot is really key, because you have to feel comfortable around the areas that you're looting, because if you have people chasing you and stuff like that, you can always just dip out of back doors and stuff like that to survive. Majority of the time, I would say for the first 2 circles, if you're in a squad, you don't have to stick with people. If you're paying attention to your surroundings, listening to where vehicles are coming and not gonna be and stuff like that, the more that you know, like the fast loot areas, you can pick up ammo and stuff really quick, and there's always a chance for checking around for crates, military crates and stuff like that. Taking is also good, but you want to make sure that you keep an eye on the time of the gas, because if you don't, you're going to end up putting yourself in some dangerous positions later on. And using a quad and stuff like that is always good for the first 2 circles, but later on you want to have a vehicle that you can use for cover, and cutting your engine with square really does help out. Let me check here. I'll check that again. I'm gonna fix this so I can see the comments. There we go. Alright. Checking campsites and other vehicle areas are key, because you can find military crates in the unmarked locations, like right over here. Sometimes there's a military crate, but like I said, the spawns vary for each circle. So knowing where you want to go and where you want to be is like really key, because you can find people making mistakes in your lobbies and find a lot of farm and other stuff that you can use later on in game by knowing where your circle's going to be and how long that you have. There's just so much that you can know. It's just all about keeping your speed, looting what weapons you're comfortable with, and getting used to multiple different weapons. Like, I go into FFA to practice with what I just end up getting. And that gave me an advantage. Definitely rewind and rewatch this later, because I'm not gonna constantly repeat and try to give out the same strategies over and over. basically all I'm really gonna do is try to keep myself alive and manipulate what I'm gonna get through getting crates and drops and stuff like that, and using what advantages I can get. Now I'm looted the way that I want to be, to the best that I can be right now. Now it's just trying to find where I can have the best advantage and all the stuff that I can use and need to use. Yeah, I do remember. It's been a long time. I don't really play Destiny all that much anymore. I tried to. This is a really fun game and a really easy game once you know what you're doing in it. You just think about what your best advantage is and stuff like that, and try to get as fluid as you can with every and any weapon that you can, and get grenades and all that. The better looted that you are, the more advantages that you're gonna end up having. That's true. It did really die out on Destiny. See where I'm getting hit from. Oh yeah, H1Z1 did die out a little bit, but it's starting to get back up there. Like, uh, as you can see, like there's consistent matches going all the time. Basically, once you know what you're doing in it, you can survive. Like, feel free to come and join me, and I'll teach you some tips and tricks. Like, I've gotten some wins on here by myself in fives. I've gotten wins with people that I was training with in duos, like just teaching how to play. It, it it's really easy once you have all the information, like moving quickly, grabbing what you can. Um, the faster that you move in towards the center, the more crates that you can grab, so on and so forth. Getting used to all the different types of end circles, like being out in the open, um, using cars and vehicles and all that to your advantages. Suicide bombing, third person aiming with a shotgun. Um, Basically, it's move as fast as you can, grab what you can, and just, if you can't get anything good, just use it. And then if you end up getting lucky and kill people, steal stuff from their dead bodies to get looted up better. Yeah, I'm only doing this live video here as a strategy guide for other people that don't really understand, like, how this battle royale is played. Like, they're all basically played the same. It's just there's key things in this one that if you know, you're better off. Like, I play Call of Duty Blackout, and basically what they say in Blackout is start off in an area that you know really well to get kills and get looted up. But in this one, since it's a random drop and not like go where, like, drop where you want. If you know more about like the whole map as a whole and how the circle moves, because in like any battle royale, it's always switching up. But I've gotten circles that I already know where I can like out strategize everybody. Like, there's one circle in the video um, that goes, I'm pretty sure it was H1z1 Duo War Grounds with Iron Flame Reaper. Um, Me and him got this one circle where we were in Pleasant Valley in the garages area. Yeah, I do have uh, somewhere that people can donate. I have a PayPal link in the description um, that I still have access to. Um, I also have I believe I have a GoFundMe as well. Um, so I hope to get this kicking off. I'm also trying to get ads by having 10,000 views on my channel and having so many people subscribe and stuff like that to help out, so I can actually gain more of the gear, so you guys can actually see me while I'm playing, and I can show my controller and stuff. So if people accuse me of using any cheats or mods, I can prove that I'm not doing that, because it's not even really something I would do. I don't mod, I don't do any of that stuff. I play legit 100%. Like, I use my scuff impact and that. I'm gonna actually have to redo the Discord and make a new one just for like different games and stuff like that. I'm barely on it, so... And that was the old one for, Destiny related stuff and that, but I could probably end up keeping that one going. Or switch around and make a new one. Yeah, I know. I've got to take that out of my description. Because that Discord's not really active anymore. But I'm always looking for help. Always. Because I don't really have enough time, a lot of time in the day. I try to get into what I can, when I can. Okay, now I see where I can go. Catch a few people around. Best strategy would try to get in as far as I can and get a vehicle to get to a loot spot that I can use. So it seems like I'm walking into a hot zone. So my best bet for survival is moving back this way. Because there can be a military crate right in front of me. Alright, sounds cool. Thank you for the support. That's really appreciated. Yeah, I read the last message. Alright. I'll see you soon, then. Hopefully this guy doesn't end up getting a better gun. Should be a crate over here, yep. There we go. Thank you. I don't really do the notifications all that much. Definitely hit the bell and that on YouTube, and you should be updated anytime. Because I can only put so many people to be notified on console. Yeah, I am doing an H1z1 guide. Definitely check out the earlier frames that I've already recorded, because there's a lot of great tips and tricks there. I'm basically just doing some gameplay to like show how I actually play and what I use for knowledge and that. Yeah, definitely do drop a like if you like the content. I'm gonna try to upload more videos and stuff like that as much as I possibly can. Because I know a lot about this game from playing and getting used to the mechanics and stuff like that. Not really an stupid. This guy's gonna try and get me good here. Oh, he got me. Oh. At least I got one of their team. Oh. These are some hard matches. But yeah, if you ever want to play with me, just let me know if I'm on. Definitely send me an invite. I'm thinking I'm gonna try and get a community going online here. To do like training for this game and show people the ropes and hopefully have more people I can play with, because I'm always looking for more people. Like, as you can tell, I really don't have many people on right now, and I tend to better my knowledge of the game and keep up my reflexes. I mainly try to get up I live in Canada, so it's Eastern Standard Time in Ontario here. Like, I'll check to see what time it is right now, quick. It's 11:07 right now. Usually I try to get up before 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I have like a short amount of time between 12 and about like 3, and then from 7 on I have as much time as I could possibly think to do whatever. So definitely keep your eye out for me if you want to add me. My gamer tag's actually in the name of the channel. You just put a dash between the Akin BGB and the BGB and Pride, and I'm pretty nice, so I don't really... Sorry for what? But yeah, if anybody feels like they need to like get better at this game or want to try it and need some help getting used to it, definitely send me a message. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. it's always welcome for the support. You're just basically showing people that you really like this channel and like the type of stuff that I'm doing. It really does help. Like, even like making friends on here on H1, and that if you tell them about me and send them links to my videos, it should help grow the channel in that, and the more people that actually message me and stuff like that, it really does help. The fastest way is of word of mouth to get the channel known. And like sending links out and stuff like that. So but I'm gonna take the comments off so I'm not getting distracted here by the comments. Oh, there we go. Okay, best place I can land is over here. Has the most cover, vehicle, and military freights. I'll check the comments here quick. Okay. I'll see you later. Let's see what I can do. I know there's a crate in here somewhere. Just have to... Oh, hey, I guess it didn't spawn here. Because usually it's back right over there. I'm not getting lucky today. Usually, majority of the time, I actually get these. I guess I gotta speed up here and try to get towards these green drops further into the center. The other drops are going to be over that way. everything there. Now it's time just to see what I can find in other military crates. And see what new vehicles have. No crate against there. So we're on purple drops, as you guys can see. Let's see if I can see where these are coming in from. Oh, it seems like I got some company on my rear. Someone really don't like the AK. Do I need anything else? Yeah, some shotgun ammo. I'm good to go. Ooh, that crossbow would be nice. Ooh, medkits, always good. No, that's only a one-shot crossbow, so I do not need it. Since I got EMPs and nades. Don't want to forget that. God, I am a lucky son of a gun. Oh, that is perfect. Oh, I'm a dumbass CMPing myself. I guess I'm gonna do a suicide run to try to get this. Just got killed. Oh. But yeah, basically how you guys see me playing is how I always play, or try to play. So I'm gonna basically go over everything right quick. So pretty much the basic strategy of H1z1 is loot fast, get comfortable with as many different weapons as you can, because the more the weapons, grenades, and ammo that you have, and backup weapons that you're good with, the easier your chance of survival is. Knowing the areas where you're gonna loot, like actually going to majority of the areas. Um, FFA is one of the best ways to just jump in and get acclimated solo against a whole whack of other people. Another way is doing solos. Um, the best way to get really good and to push yourself once you get like to the point where you already know where like pretty much all the military crates are gonna spawn. Um, you know how that you can move fast enough to get green drops, purple drops, um, and then from there on you can just loot off of bodies if you have to, or just continue with what you have. Um, Having nades like EMPs, Molotovs, smoke grenades, and gas grenades. If you have like uh, let's say 4 frags, 4 gas, a couple smoke, like that's the ideal way to do it. Um, but if you can't get EMPs, try to have a crossbow as one of your setups, because you can pick up more arrows off of other people that didn't drop that sort of ammo. Um, it's also always good to remember where all the military crates are, because let's say you get into a position and you get lucky and find a military crate that has a vest in it, or a vest and headpiece and a better weapon. You can always quick swap out and grab the other weapon by having the weapon that you want to trade as your uh, weapon that you're using. Like how I had the AR-15 and switched over to the LMG with it. But basically just getting used to the weapons all around, and like finding weapons that you're comfortable with, and getting those nades, moving quick, strafing, like you guys seen earlier in some of the gameplay footage. I jump back and forth, and move in zigzags to either try to close distance and stuff like that, because it's going to throw off their aim. If you have to run away, you can always use the strafe, jumping and running, to end up getting into like a wooded area and using trees and other stuff and like getting down. Basically, you just do whatever you can to try and survive, and FFA really helps out with getting acclimated into like high combat scenarios, and going for consistent kills and surviving. So that's like the best place if you really want to learn how to get like military crates and stuff like that while in combat, like in constant combat, getting shot at from multiple different areas, and getting more survivability tactics and stuff like that. FFA is your best bet. Another way is going into fives solo. So I do have a video of me getting a 1-kill victory in fives by myself. Yeah, I had autofill on and had a team, but within the first 10 minutes, I ended up losing my whole team that I wasn't around the whole game. So that's why I always say, if you meet new people and stuff like that, and or that, make sure that you choose your partners carefully, because if you end up having someone that is more of a kill hunger and can kill people very easily, sometimes you'll want to lay back if you're more of a distanced person, or you're not really good at those close range things. Try to find someone that actually complements your play style, because you can play any which way that you want. It's just having the necessary information on like what to do. And another good tip that I know is, when you're firing, always watch where the person is running, but also be ready to go into third person and get ahead of them again on the other side. That's a good way to like stop strafing. Or if someone's also strafing, you can always pull out the shotgun and try to get close up to them, because not every time are they gonna switch from going from strafing to fighting and being aggressive. It's basically, the more that you play, the better you're gonna come up with more strategies and stuff like that. But basically, I've already said all my tips. I try to go for crates right off the bat, the military crates that are already on ground when you're getting dropped in. I would also highly suggest getting a good spot where you can loot at least a couple things that you can use. Like you guys seen me do. Sometimes I have to use pistols. I don't like pistols, but I'll use them if I have to. The best way to use shotguns is always in third person. Every other gun definitely ADS, which is aim down sights. Um, get familiar with the circles and keep an eye on the time. If you're in a team, always use call outs for the locations. Um, Not everybody uses the actual map call outs, so try to get used to like going southeast, uh, or east, north, southwest, and like northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. And there is other like numbers in between those. So that's good. Knowing all the main cities like Pleasant Valley, Ranchito, and all that, um, and having a general idea of where you are on the map, because you don't have time to hit the touchpad all the time to be like, I'm in area F7, right? Or I'm in area H8, right? Like, there's only so many places that people are used to on the map. It's more uh, getting acclimated to, like, okay, this is a main city. I'm around this, like, I'm southeast or something from Ranchito, right? Those are like the most common call outs that you can do. Um, when you're in fives, like I said before at the beginning, uh, for the first two circles, which is green drops and purple drops, um, you can be alone and get the crates by yourself, or with a two-man team, or even have like a three-man team. Those are the best ways to do it, is either stick in a 2 to 3 man team. But if you're more comfortable enough with the game where you're going to know that you can kill a full 5 squad on your own and keep up with their pace and down one and then use a body to kill the other, because in fives, like, just drop them to their knees and then focus on the rest of them. Don't try to kill the person like right down. Just, if you get them down, pop a couple shots in, move to the next target, because you're risking getting like other people throwing nades at you and having your team members get downed and losing teammates and stuff like that. So it's always good to just drop someone to their knees. Once you're on the last person, start having the rest of your team thirst, and if someone goes down, you still have the rest of your people up to go up against that. Because if you drop majority of their team, they're going to be more defensive than offensive, instead of you going and just killing off a member of their team and then having to run, or that, because they end up having more people on their team because you have one person or two people focusing on one person trying to kill them and get an assist or a kill. So the best thing is try to drop as many people in a squad in fives as you can, and then force them to get defensive. Using nades on vehicles and stuff like that, and EMPs so they can't run, is always really good. Same as using a crossbow, since it has the EMP effect. If you don't end up hitting the first shot, always try to aim a little bit higher or to the side, because there is bullet drop, so it is realistic. So if you end up like aiming dead on someone, it's not just going to be like Call of Duty and hit dead on. You actually have to aim up a bit and kill, because you'll see in the video that the previous gameplay stuff, that you actually have to know where all your bullet drops is. That's why I say get comfortable with as many different weapons as you can, because you want to know what their bullet drop is and how far you can peg people with them are, and how consistently you can do it. Another thing is always try to figure out what you can do as an advantage. So like pinching people between like a 2-man and a 3-man is a good tactic. Sometimes if you spread out a little bit more, um, you'll have more people survive if the others are throwing nades and using crossbows, because you're more spreading their attention to more people, right? Instead of being in a group, right? Try not to hide behind cars, because cars can kill you and kill your entire squad and wipe you. So if you're gonna have a vehicle and use a vehicle as cover, make sure you pay attention to how much damage the vehicle's taking, and if you know that it's gonna blow up, just dip. And that's why I say, like, it's always good to have like more than just one car. Like having 2 to 3 cars and stuff like that is always really good, because let's say you use one car, you can go to a backup, right, and have your team members come and pick you up. That's why I say, if you have at least 3 cars, 3 vehicles, and have like a two two-mans and a one-man, you can always have that one man come and do a pickup on a hot site and get out of there and then gain an advantage. It basically just try to always think, what can I do to gain that upper hand against anyone and everyone? And that's pretty much it. Keep an eye on the circles to figure out where the last circle is going to be. If it comes down to the whole map's covered in gas, hit the bandages twice. Try to get to 50% health as quickly as you can. Then pop a med kit, because the gas is hella damage. And when there is no circles and it's just fully mapped gas, like I said, there is another video where it shows you what to do. Like, I might not actually tell you what to do, but it shows you in the one game where it's check out the Dual Wargrounds videos and you'll see what I mean. Another really great tactic is, when you know the circle's gonna close like really tight, is try to keep that center to yourself, because if you can keep holding the center down and be the last one damaged by the gas, the more likely you're gonna survive. It's just all about survival, using whatever and anything you can to gain some sort of advantage or take less damage. Always having bandages and med kits is good. Try to keep those up as much as you can. Know where you can get backup armor and backup headpieces. That is another great key thing to get more victories. Getting used to your weapons, knowing where to go, and what sort of places you want to be in, right? When it comes down to height advantage, use nades to push them out of their advantage at height, or crossbows or rockets, whatever you can. Just try to get as much as advantages as you can. Even hitting people's armor off and then running away, perfect. Because if they can't find more armor or another headpiece, you're going to get them later on, or someone else is going to knock them. So that's basically like all the strategies that you really need to know and have to know for H1Z1. And I'm going to be, hopefully I see more people in game. Feel free, if you like the channel, to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and I'll get more content out as soon as I can. I'll try to do more live streams, and I'll also record more videos. I don't really have a set schedule, but if I end up getting donations and having people support me more on this and on other games that I play, I will be making more content, and I'll be more like telling people around me that I can't do stuff. I'm busy working, right? Um, and I'll get a schedule at that point, or have a schedule already set. So, this is Akin BGB Pride, aka Boss Gunner Brave, signing out, and everybody have a good day and night, and hope to see you guys soon.